another denim option. This one is going to give you a full-length denim, and we know how important embroidery has been in jeans. This one has the embroidery strategically placed right at the low bell. You're looking at the lightest of the two, which I think is the antique wash. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Antique indigo. You got it.
Antique indigo. So that's the lightest of the two. And then we also offer it in the river wash. And of course, the same embroidery there at the bottom of the low bell. A 590698 is your item number. Price on these goes up at the end of the day, so you'll want to place your order for them now. And the 5 Easy Pay offer also expires at the end of the day. This is the only order that we'll have for the year. So, Tess, let's talk a little bit about the denim that Canyon Retreat does for us.
Let's talk about it. So the whole basis of Canyon Retreat is denim. That's our cornerstone, and we've started to call it our Heartland Denim, which is such a fun way of branding our denim line. Just like you can see there, there's a lot of stretch and recovery with our denim. So again, similar to the Denim & Company line, but this is our Heartland Denim. But we've also included some really fun details like that embroidery. And embroidery is huge right now. Going into the summer, it's so much fun. It's a little bit boho. It's a little bit vintage looking, but we've modernized it in a really great way. And I'm so excited about these jeans. I love them.
Yeah, and these are available in your Missy and women's whole sizes. Bill, is it 0 through 28 or does it go to 32? That 0 through 28 is your size range. The women's sizes, once again, are the most limited. So if you want any of those, please don't wait. Tess, I love the updated low bell style of this. So we don't want maybe the full like 1970s, which is when I grew up, since you were sharing when you grew up. We don't want that whole bell bottom, but we do love that gentle bell at the bottom, which gives us that balance through our hips. So I do love it. And the classic 5-pocket styling.
Absolutely. Going to those 5-pocket styling, one of the things that Canyon Retreat is so proud of is that all of our jeans feel like pull-on jeans, but they're very functional. So you have a functional button and a fly. All of your pockets are open and ready for use.
This is still elastic though at the waist, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why it feels like a pull-on, but it doesn't function like a pull-on. There you go, exactly like that. And so you get a lot of the function. You can still use your pockets. You can put your hands in your pockets, your phone in your back pocket, but again, you still have that comfort, which is, I don't know about you, Jane, but it's pretty paramount to me.
Oh my goodness.
Comfortable in my jeans.
Totally, I mean, seriously. And I think even more important now that we have moved back into kind of life as it was prior to the pandemic, we got so lulled into wearing just knit pants and wearing just lounge pants for 3 years. So stepping back into any type of structured waist, we needed a little buffer zone, and Canyon Retreat has certainly given us that with this jean. A blend of 78% cotton, 13% poly, and then 7% viscose and 2% elastane, which means you get a nice stretch and recovery built into this pant, and yet you still get that retention principle, the polyester and the viscose, which makes them really have a soft hand.
Absolutely. And so it is soft. It's really great to the touch. It feels good on the body. It moves with you throughout the day. And again, back to that stretch and recovery that we always talk about with our Heartland Denim. These are going to move with you throughout your day. And so jeans should end looking the way they started at the beginning of the day. And that's what's really beautiful about that fabrication and that blend is that it does stretch, but then it snaps back and it moves with you throughout your day too. So you're always going to look good.
The antique indigo wash is the one that has a little bit lighter wash, but still then has that hand sanding on the thighs, around the pocket seams. You'll see what looks like normal sanding, like if you were riding the prairie on your horse, where that sanding would naturally occur is built in. That's also a really great trick to help you look the slimmest by actually keeping the focus on the lighter colors in the front, and then receding what's happening on the side with those forward side seams that are also designed to help look and make your legs look slimmer. And then here is your river wash, like we said with the jacket, the River Wash has a little bit more blue, but this is where you'll notice some of that whiskering at the fold of the leg, and then of course the additional hand sanding. And even some fun detail here, Tess, right at the knee, which I think is really cool. So this has been the most popular of the two washes.
Oh, River Wash is our popular girl. She sells out all the time. I mean, she's just a beautiful classic color, whereas that antique indigo is going to have a little bit more of that dusty feel. That's kind of the verbiage we've been using because it really describes it so well. But they're both beautiful. They're unique. They both kind of give a different look depending on what you want. The dusty is a little bit, the antique is a little bit more casual, whereas the River Wash, you can dress up a little bit more. So whatever your preference, we've got you covered.
I kind of like the idea of both because I often will refer to that light wash as an alternative to white. Maybe white denim is not your thing. This would be, you know, a great alternative to a white denim. And then of course the darker, as you mentioned, is a little bit dressier. All of them are meant to be denim, but we know that denim goes beyond just the weekends. You can rock the denim, especially with details like that beautiful embroidery that looks like it's kind of framing the corners of the page. You know how you'll see beautiful filigree work and sometimes beautiful hand flowers on note paper. It has that kind of framing effect that brings the focus right to the ankle, which is where we always want people to notice because they're looking at our shoes and seeing how you're pulling the whole thing together. So I love that. Inseam on this jean is 31 inches and it is meant to be a classic semi-fit, slightly below the waist, fitted through the hip, and then just that little bit of a flare at the bottom. So River Wash and that's the most popular, Antique Indigo Wash, a $590,698. Price goes up at the end of the day. This is the only order that we will have for the year, and also the Easy Pay offer expires at the end of the day. All right, so we'll keep it moving. We've got more in Canyon Retreat.